Well, hello, friends. This is Dr. Cecil Cockerham. I want to share with you some thoughts about trauma. From a professional counselor, I'd like to show you that uh, what created trauma, what what actually created trauma, and how to actually heal it. You see, when you were a child, you were completely innocent and pure, but also extremely dependent. Let me say it again. You and I, we were extremely dependent. You need someone to feed you and to hold you. That's right. Or you die. Therefore, your entire nervous system organizes itself around one mission and one mission only, and that's survival. Let me say it again. That's was the mission was to survive. Then the moment happened. A huge wave of emotions flooded your tiny body. Fear, sadness, rage. But instead of being met with compassion and safety, you got something else. You got a cold stare by an overwhelmed mother, a new mother in particular, with the first child, or perhaps a frustrated, angry father who was a father for the first time. And your body learned this part of me is not safe. This part of me, I'm not safe. It's if I feel it or expose it, then I'll lose love. So you buried it. Decided right there and then that being real meant being alone, and that being authentic meant being physically or emotionally abandoned. There's that's traumatized as a small child, and that's what we're talking about here. People are going to listen to this trauma, and you think of a big event like a car accident or somebody dying, and you were traumatized like a small child in your life. But this is not what we're talking about here. We're talking about this happened to almost all people. Giving up authenticity for attachment and survival, well, that's what it was. So now let's fast forward this, but maybe 40, 50 years later, and you're still wearing the same childhood mask that you built to survive back then. Well, it's true. The psychologist calls this ego. Others call this your survival mask that you carry them, and that's a heavy burden. I call it the survival mask. You wake up pretending you smile. That's right. You smile, but it's obvious that you're not happy. Why you're taking too much alcohol, weed, or pills, and the invisible one is like overthinking or overworking, and the constant control, the perfectionism, people pleasing. That's is that part of you? That's the reason why I'm doing this because I want to help. Now these aren't bad habits; they're self-soothing mechanism built by a child who had nobody else. But doesn't. The body doesn't forget. Let me say it again. The body doesn't forget. So it starts to scream inside through chronic anxiety, burnout, depression, and even chronic illness. A lot of people have chronic illness, I've noticed, where there's no apparent reason for it. When they do the test at the doctor's office, guess what? There's no obvious reason why this sickness, this illness is part of that person. All the messengers are trying to wake you up, and your relationships, they become your mirror. Your relationships become a mirror. That little boy, that little boy. Well, he avoids conflict. He marries a woman who criticizes and mothers him. The little girl with an absent father becomes the overachiever who keeps attracting men who keep on disappointing her. Ladies, if you listen to me, are you over? Are you attracting the wrong men in your life? They keep on disappointing you. This is trauma. This is trauma. Not just what happened to you, but what happened inside of you. Well, when love wasn't safe. When love wasn't safe. It's the way that you split off from your real self just to keep a crumb of love close by. Trauma is disconnection from the authentic emotions that you weren't safe to feel. Let me say that again. Trauma is disconnection from the authentic emotions that you weren't safe to feel. Healing is the reconnection to it. Are you able to heal by reconnecting to it? Yes, you can. And we're going to show you how I can help you there. Back to grief. Back to the grief, the anger, the terror, the shame. All the parts of you locked away just to survive. All the parts of you locked away just to survive. Healing is re-parenting the little boy or girl who never got helped. Healing is reparenting the little boy or girl who never got helped. It's learning to stay authentic and real even when there's risk to be rejected. It's feeling the pain that you once had to suppress as if, well, coping or reacting, because the real healing is about managing life and coping through life better. It's not that. Real healing isn't about managing life and coping with life better. It's about reclaiming the parts of you that you had to abandon to be loved. I must say that again. It's about reclaiming the parts of you that you had to abandon to be loved. If you're struggling, please send me an email at Dr. Cecil at teachtruth.net for a free coaching session. I'm saying it's a free coaching session. Let me emphasize it's a free coaching session where I can help you sort it out and get some understanding and healing that you desire. That's what I'm about. I've already been through life. Yeah, I have. I've been around doing coaching, counseling, and ministry work since 1989. That's right. I have a couple of doctorate degrees and a whole stack of certifications. And just maybe, with all this experience and education, I might just be able to help you. What do you think? I believe I can. Do you believe I can? Well, let's find out by giving me a shout out and let me know, wow, I can really help. Dr. Cecil at teachtruth.net. And I'll set up a Zoom or a WhatsApp meeting with you. And let's see if we can give you a little relief from the traumas of the past that has affected all of your life.